What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Square the Circle Music channel. It's me again, your pal, your host, Aaron Major. That's right, that weird-looking dude over in Western Oregon that likes to gab about records, circles and squares, music, appreciation, all that fun stuff. Heading into the spooky season, heading into head cold season. I've been playing hooky the last couple days, and it's, a lot of it's caused by the fact that the Pacific Northwest, this time of year in the United States of America, is drought season / wildfire season. And so please bear with me. My my situation's a bit hoarse, but we'll make it through. I don't do that much talking, do I, guys? That's an inside joke. Any of my cult members, followers, peeps that watch my channel all know that I'm the type of guy that just can't stop fucking yammering. So I'm really not like that in real life, if you can believe it. But I like to share. Sharing is caring. So hey, everybody, let's do some sharing, shall we? I'm going to show you all the neat shit I got at the junk stores. That's right, tonight's another night for Tales from the Thrift. Spooky, creepy finds that I got around the junk stores, secondhand stores, thrift shops, whatever you want to call them. So hey, yeah, I'll just dive right into it, shall I? I got some pretty sick shit. So some of it I had to pay full price for, some of it I got for next to nothing, and some of it I got for free. So check it out. I still buy CDs because CDs are affordable these days. So I talk about CDs sometimes too, guys. Bought some cool shit. Found a Winger CD for $1. Sorry about all that glare. Always a lot of glare when it comes to the jewel cases, but fucking Winger's album, what is it just called? It's just called 2? Oh, In the Heart of the Young. The Heart of the Young. I thought Winger was pretty fucking dope. And so I especially love their drummer. I love Rod Morgenstein. So I really haven't owned many Winger albums, so this is a first for me. Can't wait to put it on in the car, drive around town. Oh yeah, and they got that really cool, like, iconic logo of theirs right there. I remember seeing that a lot when I was a kid. These guys were really popular when I was a kid. So, kind of broke the mold a little bit for myself, for my own personal, like, tastes and sensibilities. So, like, again, any of you followers of mine, you're going to look at me now and be like, hey, that guy's a fucking hypocrite. But whatever, well, they're dollar CDs. And so I buy them because I'm going to give them a try again, and I have children and it's fun to play some of this music, for my kids. I know their mother loves this artist. I particularly do not like this artist. I have tried and tried again my whole life because everybody fucking loves Prince and I just don't. I respect the fact that he's a killer musician and he plays tons of instruments and he produces all of his own music throughout his career, and he was just kind of a force on his own to be reckoned with, and that mystique and that kind of like godliness pop icon thing, it's just kind of like, I get it, but I was just a Michael Jackson guy and I was just like, no one can fucking beat Michael Jackson. But whatever. Prince is Prince. So when I find dollar CDs that are like in perfect condition, I'll probably give these to Ruby. I'll give these to my daughter. So Prince is $19.99, and of course I found a copy of Purple Rain sitting right next to it. So in immaculate condition for $1, fuck yeah. It's just fun to have archival copies of things for my family and myself. This is more up my alley here, and I don't always buy this kind of stuff because it's kind of just run-of-the-mill garden variety horse shit, but I don't know, for $1, never been touched, never been played, I can appreciate some relaxation and meditations with music and whale sounds, so I'm into that shit, man. This was like the soundtrack to like where I grew up in the world. Like I grew up fucking 50 miles from the Pacific Ocean. You can just drive down to the ocean in like 45 minutes right now and go gray whale watching, Huge part of my childhood and a huge part of the culture here on the West Coast, especially in Central Oregon. All throughout Central Oregon is just like, it's a absolute mystical wonderland. It's a mystical wonderland. But don't come here. Fuck off. Just, go play in your backyard. Stay out of my backyard. I'm kidding, guys. Let's be nice, Mage. Okay, so I'm gonna give you what you want. You got to see all my stupid CDs. Now I'll show you what you came to see, what you want to see. The LPs, fat, giant, awesome stack of awesome. So I'm really excited to show you guys. Bear with me. I'm gonna take a little bit of sip of my bubbles here, wet my whistle, because this is gonna be a lot of talking. I'll try to get right through it. So hey, check it out. I picked up some stuff from, yeah, these first couple are actually just from the junk store, and I think I paid $3 each for them. So I'm excited about this. Anything that's titled Atmospheres, bam, it's for me. I love atmospheric music. I love ambient, electronic nerd music. This is primarily like instrumentalists. So there's probably not a ton of synth on this. I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm sure it's great. A collection of a bunch of really cool like new age artists and stuff. Andreas Vollenweider and Philip Glass. Yo-Yo Ma. I've actually, out of all of the albums that are highlighted on this collection, the only album I've ever owned is that Yo-Yo Ma album. Actually, I have owned that. So I love Yo-Yo Ma, incredible cellist. So yeah, excited about this album. Atmospheres, just a collection of a bunch of rando shit. Is it Virgin label, CBS label from like the mid 80s. Nito Burrito. Another just kind of a cool piece of Americana and history, and I don't know. He was my favorite superhero when I was very young, because of the Christopher Reeve movies, obviously, which were dope. But I loved Superman. I sure did. Then I became a Marvel guy like in 1992. No, earlier than that. Shit. I was a Marvel kid since basically 89, 90. And I stopped reading DC comics right about, like 5th grade, probably. And I was really into Spider-Man, of course, and stuff. But this is really neat because it's the original, 1930s radio broadcasts, right? When was the original radio broadcast of the Superman story? 1939. So yeah, fucking cool. Yeah, it's like mint. There's some water damage on the very edge of it, but yeah, that'll be a super fun listen to. This was the last one I got from the thrift stores. Don't really know a ton about Sam Cooke, but fucking A, he's got an incredible voice. I've already listened to this a little bit. Young Sam Cooke. I remember him from like his 70s tunes and stuff, but this was much earlier, early 60s, and he's singing songs from the 50s. So really super young, energetic, really bright, higher voice than he's known for, like his real kind of, not husky in the 70s, but just, I don't know, his voice changed a lot in the 70s. Yeah, this Sam Cooke album's pretty rad. Kind of a neat find for whatever, a couple bucks. Okay, I'll get on with it, guys. I shit you not. The next, what looks to be probably 40 records. I'm gonna fly through them, I promise, because I don't know a lot about a lot of these. I just know that when you find a pile of free records, I'm not going to say how or where or why, but I scored them for free, 100% free, and they're all incredible titles, and I'm incredibly excited about them. I'll burn right through them. Here we go. This is, I got a copy, it's Deep Purple's first, right? It's their very first self-titled album, Deep Purple. Not beat up too bad, like I said, just frayed on the edges. So, not perfect, but yeah, guys. All the wax on these two just cleaned up like amazing. There was no heavy scratches. It's all just light surface marks. There was no mold. I don't know. It's just bizarre to me. Like, I think just they were in the basement and there was probably rats nibbling on them, which sucks. But you spray like multi-purpose cleaner on everything and get out the gloves and just kind of and keep them away from your initial collection. You know what I mean? I'm never going to add these into like my never touch collection kind of thing, the 300 records that you just see on top right here, like in this arch, I have another 300 down below me here in cabinets everywhere. But I know what not to just intersperse in certain places. I'm not going to take a bunch of free pile stuff and just stick it in with the mix. So I'm just really excited about all these titles, and I'm definitely going to live with them for a while because there's some excellent shit in here. Deep Purple's first. Who's Quadrophenia, both discs, in perfect condition. Really super cool. Look, this corner got gnawed on. Look at that. Yeah, I got gnawed on pretty bad. But the rest of it, super cool. Don't know a ton about Procol Harum, but I know a lot of people say they're kind of like a prog-ish kind of group that I just really haven't dug into very deep. This is a collection though. Salty Dog, a Salty Dog? Yeah, a Salty Dog. They have another album that has something to do with salty dogs, right? That was the name of one of their albums, I think. But this is just a collection of their greatest hits. Another badass greatest hits. The box is mangled, dude. It's supposed to have like a flip open lid thing here, but it's like a triple disc box set of the live performances at the Fillmore before the Fillmore was gone. It's called the Fillmore's Last Days. Of course, you can see all the artists. They're pretty fucking incredible. And all the discs are in great fucking condition. It's just the box that's just kind of like it's sat in a puddle. You know what I mean? It's even got this badass, super incredibly thick, probably like, 30-page incredible thing here. So, pretty excited about that. Classic Nilsson, The Point. That wonderful 70s cartoon soundtrack. Oh, and this one has the fucking booklet. I've never seen a copy of The Point with the booklet, which was really fun for me. I've never seen this. So. Yeah, it has the original fold open and the whole story. All the art is fucking amazing. Really cool. This is huge. I've never seen this. Maybe once I've seen it, but it's worth a little bit of money. The jacket's pretty beat up, so I couldn't ever grade it any better than probably a good plus. It's not poor. It's certainly not poor. But yeah, couldn't get away with much more than a good plus on this. Maybe just a solid G for good. But it's excerpts from both The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, I believe, The Fellowship of the Ring, and it's narrated by Tolkien. And so it's all just, story spoken. That Camden, is that what it is? Okay, Caveman? I don't know how to pronounce it, but in magnificent condition. This sucker, I guess, can go from, it's like 40 or 50 bucks. But that rip that's a pretty bad rip. So, oh well, pretty effing cool. Yeah, just more standard. Classic rock, Psychedelia, 1968, 67. Yeah, of course, Jefferson, Airplane, Surrealistic Pillow. Found some Led Zeppelin in there. Original inners. Everything's in fantastic shape. Absolutely cleaned up like a charm. In through the outdoor. Isn't that what this one is? Yeah. Haven't really ever listened to Zephyr very much, but this one looks really intriguing. Pretty cool. Maybe some, I don't know, just classic rock, right? They're not like, were they a prog band? I don't think so. Going back to Colorado. Pile of Stones. I'm really not a Stones fan, but I know that's weird. That's weird to a lot of people, I guess. I don't know. I don't like the Rolling Stones. Black and Blue, though. I'll listen to it. I'll put it on. I'll enjoy it. It's in fantastic condition. And, of course, they're one of their most famous, Some Girls. In great condition. Never heard of this band. Red Eye. Cool album cover. It's just going to be some more, 70s rock. Standard ass 70s rock. More standard ass 60s and 70s rock. Supertramp's first album. Really cool. You don't see this every day. Magnificent condition. I got some Aqualung. Yeah. Not a huge Jethro Tull fan either. I really like Thick as a Brick. That's about it. But I'll give Aqualung a shot again. I love Tom Petty. God rest his soul. This is one that I'm not super familiar with. Hard Promises. I think it was like 80 or 81 maybe. No huge singles from this album. King's Road that was a single, wasn't it? But a lot of these songs I'm kind of unfamiliar with, so excited about that. Always good to have some Cream in the house. Best of. I'm a fan of best of albums. This one's cool too. Yeah. Guys, it just goes on and on and on. I can't believe this fucking score I got. Soft Parade by The Doors. Doors are pretty cool. A lot of great fucking songs on this album. scored some Santana. This is the live album he did with Buddy Miles. Like 70, something like that. Excellent condition. This one got pretty messed up. This one probably received some love. Pretty cool. This is my favorite album by the Grateful Dead. My very favorite. Blues for Allah. But it unfortunately got some really bad jacket damage. Front and back, they put fucking tape on it. Yeah, when you take that tape off, it just destroys it. But it's still in. Oh, I mean, the fucking vinyl's incredible. It's first run. Yeah. Super lucky. Not a huge Dead fan, but definitely respect them, love them. I'm from fucking Eugene, Springfield, Oregon. So there's no getting away from the Grateful Dead. And I just happen to not hate them. So, and of course, you know, this person had some pretty awesome fucking records. This one's in great shape. The booklet's ripped out. There's like 3 pages that are still remaining of the booklet. I haven't looked up the specific pressing of which this is yet, but pretty cool. Roll up to the mystery tour. Yeah, McCartney's first. Not, you know, this one's not hard to find anymore. It used to be. I used to just like lust after this album. I love it. McCartney, he's, you know, I don't know, I'm not going to say he's my favorite Beatle. Paul's never like been my favorite, but out of everybody's solo career, to tell you the truth, I like Paul's solo career the best. Of course, this being his big one. Pretty effing cool. More Stones. Not the biggest Stones fan, but I'm always going to spin them at least once and give them a try. So, can't turn it down when it's free. More Dead, dude. This is this one. They call this one, funny story, I read something about this one time. This is like a live double album that the Grateful Dead did in like 72, I think. I can't remember where they played, but it's a double disc, but it's just self-titled. So for a long time, and a lot of people, kind of young fans, think it is too, that it's their first like self-titled album. But it's not even their first live album. But the art looks different than most of their albums, and it's just, a lot of people call it the Skull and Flowers or Skull and Roses album. And I guess the interesting thing is, I've just been rambling, and nothing I've been saying has been interesting, I know. But the interesting part is, I read something saying that Jerry and the rest of the band, they wanted to call this album Skullfuck. They wanted to name this album Skullfuck. And of course the record label's like, no, fuck you, not gonna do it. But yeah, this is like one of my favorites of theirs too. So it's really neat to get this for free. Need a burrito. Fantastic copy of Abbey Road. Some pretty serious shelfware on that guy, but you know, when do you ever see original pressing, original U.S. pressings of Abbey Road that look perfect? It never happens. The vinyl's fan-fucking-tastic. It can easily be graded a very good plus. Easily. Yeah. Pretty cool. Which is swiftly becoming one of my very, very favorite Beatles albums. I think I mentioned in a recent episode of mine that, like, okay, I'm not the biggest Beatles fan either, guys. Coming clean here. But, you know, I love and respect everything they've ever done. Well, I don't generally hold on to their albums. I do record shows. I'm a trader, you know. I'm a guy, one of those guys that sells on the side. That's how I can collect for next to nothing. Like, a lot of times I don't pay for records. People look at my record collection, they're like, well, cool, man, you got a bunch of those. You know, it's like, in all honesty, I paid next to nothing for all of these because I've either gotten them for free, traded, or done trade to get money for them. You know what I mean? Like, once you become a hobbyist long enough, you learn how to not pay for your passion, you know? And if you can figure out ways to make your passion pay for itself, it's true happiness there. Right, boys and girls? Pardon me, well, we have a bit of a reprieve. A little sip on our soda pop. I drink Polar. That's right. Polar seltzer water. Sometimes I enjoy a little bit of a ginger lime variety. More often than not, I'm an orange vanilla essence type of individual. But yeah, a little bit about me. All right, plowing through the rest of this fucking free pile, guys. it's just never fucking ending. I'm the luckiest guy on the planet. Also, not a giant Bob Dylan fan. Boy, I found a great pile of all kinds of shit I don't listen to, guys. But they're gonna make their way into the hands of somebody who will, and somebody who will love them. And maybe I'll get a little bit of scratch for it. That's the name of the game, kids. Yeah, not a Bob Dylan fan, but whatever. His greatest hits, first volume. It's like an original press right there. Pretty neat. In great condition. Janis Joplin. Don't fucking care for Janis Joplin. This is like that weird collection that they did. Isn't it just a collection of random songs from different albums? Almost kind of like a greatest hits. What's it called again? Yeah, fuck me. Not a huge Beatles guy. You caught me. Red-handed. I'm an imposter. It's called The Beatles Again. The Beatles Again from like late 60s, right? Remember when they broke up? 1970? Cool. But yeah, it's got Hey Jude. That's a great song. For free? All right. I win. I win time and time again. I love this one. I've had personal copies of this many. I don't think I have it in my collection right now. Fuck. I gotta find a really like pristine copy of this. This one's pretty fucking clean, but I still don't think I'm gonna intersperse. Is that a word? Disperse? Intersperse? I think I was right. Intersperse is a word, right? When you're gonna just like insert random things here and there. I'm not gonna do that with these records. I am segregating these records because they stink. More Stones. Don't give a fuck about the Stones. Whatever. I'm gonna spin it, gonna give it a shot. It's fucking in excellent condition. Can't believe it. All these records are like clean as fuck. Super cool. Beggar's Banquet. One of the ones that I think I've listened to theirs in the past that I've actually gravitated toward. It's got some big hits on it, doesn't it? Yeah, Sympathy for the Devil and fucking Prodigal Son. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, this has some pretty monster hits. This one and it's the other one that I talk shit about a lot with the cake on it. Whatever. Fuck the Stones. Plastic Ono Band. Yeah, a live piece in Toronto in 1969. Pretty cool. It looks like shit when there's so much bad ringware like that, but oh well. I bet when this was brand new, that was probably a really beautiful cover. Yeah. Give Peace a chance, y'all. Some more McCartney. Thank you, Paul. The Ram album's pretty dope, too. He and Linda made some cool shit, and I got a pretty great copy of Tommy. Also, an album that I feel is pretty fucking overrated, in my honest opinion. So yeah, I got like fucking 40 overrated records that I don't listen to. But they're classic hits, and I'm gonna give them a try again, guys. That's not true. Fuck, there's a bunch of Zeppelin in there, and there's all kinds of cool shit in there that I'll definitely take for a lot of drives. But yeah, as far as The Who goes, this is kind of one of the more overrated ones, in my opinion. My mother loved this album. This was on a lot when I was a kid. But yeah, I'm more of kind of a Guess Who guy. Whatever. Okay, here's the stuff. Where did I get this one? Oh yeah, I got this. I had trade credit again. I get trade credit from the House of Records here in Eugene, Oregon. Because I'm a maintenance guy and I do maintenance for them on the side. Horse trading, y'all. That's right. Records for free. Records for free. No, I lied. That is a thing I do, and that's what the last one is about. But no, these first two, actually, these are from my secret honey hole that nobody knows about. Where I find all kinds of great nerd shit that I love that nobody else really seems to like. So I've been finding just all kinds of dope shit. This one is really cool because it's a local one, and I like local small independent pressings that you can find throughout your own personal region and in your own state. All kinds of wonderful private pressings going on in Eugene and Springfield, Oregon, like all throughout the 70s and 80s. Pretty effing cool. This was one of those situations. A man named Fred Bennett recorded some really magnificent piano stylings. A piano in, what is it, Tolovana? Yeah. Beautiful, but if you look, that is the Oregon coast. Like I talked about, it being such an enchanting place. People will recognize this, obviously, as being where the movie The Goonies was filmed. Filmed in Astoria, Oregon, which is right there on the Columbia River, where it surges out to sea and separates the two states, Washington State from Oregon. But more, if you go close up, like where this was shot was probably within the city at that park in Astoria. And if you go down the beach south, that's where Haystack Rock is, and that's Cannon Beach. And that's where this was recorded. And that's actually, ironically, a little bit of history of myself. I'm like, third or fourth generation Oregonian here. Some of my family moved from South Dakota, but they were in Oregon for a long time. So I'm a third generation Oregonian now. And my great grandma, and they lived in Cannon Beach, Oregon. And so I spent a lot of time in my childhood there, a lot of magical memories. And my grandparents owned a home, my great grandparents owned a home there and built a motel, a beachside motel in Cannon Beach called the Major Motel. That's my name. And so, yeah, really neat to find shit like this. I love it. Piano solos. Recorded in 1985. Cannon Beach. He said he was like a bar pianist, a piano man in public eateries and bars, coffee houses and stuff all throughout the 80s on the coast. This is really fucking cool, like really cool. And it means a lot to me because I like nerd shit. This is the founder of one of my favorite record labels of all time, Windham Hill Records. They do, like I said, that new age, jazz, all that goofy, nerdy shit that I love. Founder man, William Ackerman. This is his very first album, the first album ever released on the Windham Hill label. I've never owned this. Really fucking excited about it. What is it? Dreams about in search for the turtle's navel. Yeah, obviously some indigenous people's, tale, some interesting story. Looks like a really cute little native girl on the cover. This is unlike anything else released on his label, Windham Hill. Everything else has like stark photography, kind of Art Nouveau style photography of like the 70s and 80s. And this one has its own look. And yeah, it is. It's their catalog number right there, 1001. So that's a big deal to me. It's pretty neat. So this is really, it's actually, I've listened to it through a couple times already. It's totally different too than a lot of the stuff that he was releasing on his label. Definitely more kind of like hippie and folk inspired, rather than being kind of like, progressive. Last thing I'm going to show you guys, thanks for hanging out with me. This is like one of my favorite releases of the year. Getting put in that pile. That's going to be on the top 10 for sure. This is pretty fucking amazing. John Hopkins. Album's called Music for Psychedelic Therapy. Yeah. Again, some more of that awesome ambience that I love dearly. A lot of people do. But this one's really like in your head, spaced out, not drone. But there's some, I guess you could say, some drone elements. There's a lot of things going on all at the same time. It's a psychedelic journey, guys. It's fucking amazing. Upon first glance, I was like, oh, neat. Johns Hopkins University's music for, like, I thought it was part of like a study, like a study at a university on psychedelic substances, whatever. And it's like, no, the artist, his name is actually John Hopkins. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Beautiful art. Watercolors on canvas. It's just like, yep. This album is fan-fucking-tastic, guys. This is the one I got with a small trade credit that I had at my local record store for doing some work for them. Quick, easy job. Took me a half hour. I was like, don't worry about it, man. Like, I was already there, and I had tools with me, and I had something that I needed, and it wasn't, and he's like, yeah, here, just have $30 or whatever. So I was like, fuck yeah, I can get this John Hopkins album. $30. Gorgeous. Worth every penny. Like I said, very well will be probably on my top 10 of the year. So thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. Playing hooky day, sick day. Ooh, but you made it. I made it. I'm going back to work in the morning. I feel all right. So, yeah, probably won't see you guys till next week. So peace be with you. Later.